One decides to put a garbage disposal in their kitchen sink. So they return from the box store, hardware store, wherever they may have bought this, purchased or bought the garbage disposal. Once returning home, they either realize they do not have a wire, whether that be they come to the realization through an epiphany, or they hire a contractor and the contractor comes and says, well, you, in order to do this, you're going to need a wire to power this. So there's no wire here. It's almost like new construction. Maybe no new, it may be old. It can vary. There's a lot of range, but in between. So one needs a wire to power this up. This haphazard drawing can give one an idea of what needs to be done. First, you have to have power, which if you have a home, a breaker box, for this intents and purposes, we're going to assume this is a 200 amp breaker box. It could be 100, it doesn't matter. That's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. So we need a wire. And in this particular case, we're going to assume a number 12 wire Romex. So Romex is a fancy word for the kind of rubber wire together, whatever. That's a video for another scenario. But anyway, it's just simply we've got a hot, a neutral, and a ground wire. So we have a power supply from the breaker box. We have a breaker here, a number 20 breaker, 20 amp breaker. So the breaker and the wire are sized up according to the what size wire, what size breaker. That again, that's another video. So we bring the hot wire, the black wire, off here. We have the neutral split over here on the neutral bar, and then the ground wire is attached. We come down. We cannot leave power on this disposal constantly. It would burn the motor up. So we need a switch in between to turn on or to turn off when not in use. Turn off when not in use, turn on when in use. So we bring the wire from the power supply, the breaker box, we bring it to a switch. We take the hot wire and split the hot wire. So effectively we have, one could assume, a manual relay that we flip just like your light switch. It's either on or off, mutually exclusive. So the black wire is the hot, it's split. Comes down, feeds into the bottom of the disposal. The neutral is, the hot's tied to the hot side, the neutral's tied to the neutral side, the ground is grounded. So then this is the disposal. So we have continuous hot power here as long as the main breaker and this breaker is turned on. If this breaker is turned off, one caveat: when working on a disposal or removing, be certain to turn this breaker off, and be certain it's not a bad idea to turn the main breaker off, but the main breaker turns everything in the house off. But this breaker here, and then the switch. So again, to recap, wire feed here, hot wire, black wire to switch, 12 gauge wire, black wire feeds here to the bottom of the disposal, neutral's connected here, flip the switch, power flows from here to here, and garbage disposal, under all things being equal, may work.